Grand Rise and beautiful people. It's Tuesday. It's a beautiful Tuesday. Yesterday, raining, cats and dog, my shoes wet, all kind of things. People, make sure you have your proper gears for this weather because it just come down so suddenly, like unexpectedly. And make sure you have your umbrella, darling. Like me, when I always like have an umbrella and stuff, I always leave it in the car, in the grocery. It just don't make sense for me because I'm always gonna leave it, you know. So I had to get one small enough to fit him, big and bag. So you know, what I mean? Yes, darling. So today I want to talk about this clip. Look at this beautiful yellow flowers before I even continue, darling. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so today I want to talk about being fair in an unfair world, dealing with unfair people, right? I was watching an article about that. It was like, be nice, don't get you like, but get you killed. And playing fair in an unfair world, you're not gonna win. You're gonna always lose. You're gonna always be at the bottom of the barrel. You cannot win when it's an unfair game and you're playing with unfair people. So that have me thinking a lot last night or this morning. And I'm like, darling, I want to really talk about this. It's just that even if I start now, then I wouldn't be able to finish because I had to take a maxi right now. It's so sad. I miss my driver. But yeah. And also, right? And also, I was reading this next book too, where it was talking about money, and money is it's not physical, but it's energy. And we all know that. We all know it's spiritual. But the thing that stood out to me the most in this book, right, is when the man say, what I'm selling, you can't touch. Because what I'm selling... No, let me quote it properly. I am selling something you cannot touch, but it's everything that you can imagine. And I'm like, psh, mind blown, you know? Everything you can imagine, but it's nothing that you can touch. And I'm like, that is deep type shit, you know what I mean? But as I said, guys, I'm back, right? So the book not trying to say to go out today and play unfair because it's an unfair world. Well, you could do that, yeah, of course, right? But I don't think that is what it's trying to say. But that wasn't a book. That was more like an article or something. Right, but it not. I don't think the intention is for us to all try to play bad in a bad world, because you know what I mean. You have some people who consciously get up every day and choose to be righteous, and nothing is wrong with that. What it basically trying to say is to be you and to be authentic, right, and to stand up for yourself and stand up for your right. I feel like a lot of us like hid with true potential behind being nice. You know, we don't play our ideas because we are afraid to be heard, like stuff like that, right? We feel like if I stand up for myself, I'm not gonna be a good girlfriend. I'm not gonna be a good friend. If I only speak up, I gonna hurt her feelings or hurt his feelings. Just speak up. You know what I mean? Just be bad and be good at it. Be authentic. Be you. Be truly you. You understand? If you feel any kind of way in your body about any kind of situation, come up with the solution, talk about it, whatever. But don't sit down trying to be nice and trying to be good. Because nobody can be good all the time. Everything in life is good by bad. Alright. How can I say that? Opposite of good is bad, right? So you have to create a balance in between. Even God, right? And he say he's a jealous God, and jealousy is a bad thing. And I'm gonna say some bad things for God to say. I can't remember, but ain't God say he would trample your enemy under his feet, and he say he gonna destroy this one. If you know what I mean, if they don't obey. So even God have a dark side. Everything have a dark side. There is light and dark. When it's time for you to be dark, be dark. Don't be afraid of getting fired. Don't be afraid of not being liked or not being loved. You know, because that is life. Life is ups and downs. You know what I mean? You have to be bad in order to appreciate the good. So you have to be both. Just be authentically you. You know what I mean? I would advise people when like in certain argument or certain things, like when you see it going to the violence kind of part, like if you're trying to speak up for yourself and you're trying to stand up for your right and it getting violent, just leave. Just exit. Just leave. You understand what I'm trying to say? But don't make you be afraid of it gonna get violent, make you don't speak up. Speak up and exit the scene. Period. You know what I mean? Or speak it in a loving way. You fuck me up, and because you fuck me up, I fucking you up. And you gone. Like I feel like you ever realize that you could tell somebody something so bad in the most lovingest way with the biggest smile and they take it like a blessing, and you could tell somebody something so good and you're just like like hungry, like a hungry face, or you're frowning when you're saying it, and they take it so bad. You know what I mean? And they even say nice get you killed, and that is true, because you have a lot of men being killed, in the society because they love a woman, because they know they're not supposed to go on that block, but the woman just call him and I love with her, and you go. You know what I mean? He just trying to be a nice guy. You know what I mean? Or you have some man who just love their woman so much and trying to be a nice guy that he's trying to stand up for her, and bam, he get killed. You know what I mean? So just be you and just do what you feel is right within your body. Like you have a lot of people talk about, I am craving honey and I am craving butter. That is your body talking to you, right? And I feel like it does talk to you in every situation. You have some people just wake up and feel anxious. You have some people just, it's just because your body's trying to talk to you. So if you in a present of somebody, you start to feel bad, or you start to speak up for yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the next thing what I realized too. When I don't speak up for myself, darling, I will go home and I will be pondering back and forth of what that one said to me today and what that one did. But when I speak up for myself, I go home and I have the best sleep, sweetest sleep, while they home pondering about what I said and what I did. So just be authentically you. Be you till full. Be beautiful, darling. You know you're living in a matrix. Or no, let me say that. But you know that you in this kind of simulation, right? So you're in a kind of simulation that is unfair and it was designed for us to lose, right? So don't take nothing personally. Do not take anything anyone said or anyone does personally, right? And I feel like that kind of, you're living in an unfair world, make you kind of looking over your shoulder and like you feel like you're not supposed to trust anybody. Trust you. Trust yourself, you know what I mean? And give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't go around and say, this is an unfair world and everybody unfair. No, give people the benefit of the doubt. Because as I said, you have some conscious people who get up every day and consciously make a decision to do good, to do right by people, to be righteous. And they are out there. Look, I'm right here, darling. You know what I mean? So you have good people in this world. But this world was just definitely designed for people to lose. It's designed for the rich. So if you're not making a certain amount of figure per year, you know what I mean? Because everybody trying to get to the top, and so everybody at the bottom gonna want to fight and murmur and thing and kill and pull you down. So you just have to, you know what I mean? Just be yourself, be you, believe in what you believe in, stand up for what you believe in, fight for what you believe in. You know what I mean? And just be you. You understand? Don't try to be something else or be something you're not, just to fit in, just to be in a relationship, just to be around these people, just to keep a job. You know what I mean? I could understand you trying to keep the peace, but don't do it to try to, you know what I mean? Well, I was going to say, don't do it for mediocre. Because, like, for example, keeping a job. I'm not talking about my job. I'm just saying in general. Guys like mediocre because we never like. Well, if it's a woman I'm talking to, you're not supposed to work, darling. You're supposed to. Well, I don't want to work. You know what I mean? If it's not a career, why you working for? What the fuck will you have a man for? You know what I mean? So I would call that mediocre. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of we put ourselves and suppress ourselves for some foolishness. For a man we don't even want we, for being a friend with people we don't even appreciate we all these different things. So just be authentically yourself and have the most wonderful day, darling. Remember to stay hydrated, stay moisturized. And yeah, tell a friend to subscribe to the Dolan. Because we such a vibes. And some days we does play it out, but some days we come with real and true information. You understand? And I was okay, this is gonna be for another topic. So see you when I see you. Bye.